me in the pledge to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Hope I didn't scare anybody when I hit that big I wanted to make sure you're all awake. Welcome to the July 2nd, 2018 Bryan City Council meeting. Okay, first of all on the agenda this evening, we need the approval of the last minutes and the joint special executive meeting.
Both as one motion?
Yes.
Okay, I'll make the motion to accept both.
I'll second.
John?
Yes.
Mary?
Yes.
Lynn?
Yes.
Judy?
Yes. Number 2 is hearing of public concerns. Next on the agenda is an ordinance. Lori, would you please number and read?
Ordinance number 23, 2018. An ordinance providing for the transfer of funds for the city of Bryan for the month ending July 31st, 2018. This is a transfer request of $500,000 from the 1% income tax fund to the 101 general fund for general spending purposes, and a transfer of $120,000 from the 1% income tax fund to the 203 street department fund for general spending purposes. Total amount of transfer requested, $620,000.
Council?
I move to suspend.
Second.
Lynn?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
Mary?
Yes.
Judy?
Yes.
Move to approve.
I'll second.
John?
Yes.
Mary?
Yes.
Lynn?
Yes.
Judy?
Yes.
Basically, a council person, I have to be more on my toes now, don't I? Huh?
Next on the agenda is a resolution. Lori, would you please number and read?
Resolution number 16, 2018. A resolution to accept a donation from Joe Slicker of an anhydrous ammonia tank to be used for training purposes at the Police and Fire Training Facility, valued at $800.
Good evening. Good evening. Joe Slicker from Slicker Farms is kind enough to donate a decommissioned anhydrous ammonia tank to the fire department so that we can use it to train on for hazardous materials events. So it's a very unusual thing, and we'd be glad to have it. It's a piece of equipment that in our neck of the woods we see a lot, and we're involved in quite a few leaks throughout the year, so it'd be something nice that our folks can train on. So I'd ask that you suspend the rules and pass this tonight so we can get that piece of equipment out to the training center as soon as possible.
I'll move to suspend.
I'll second.
John?
Yes.
Lynn?
Yes.
Mary?
Yes.
Judy?
Yes.
I'll move to approve.
Second.
Lynn?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
Mary?
Yes.
Judy?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Number 5 on the agenda is an ordinance. Lori, would you please number and read?
Ordinance number 24, 2018. An ordinance authorizing an amended and restated master lease purchase and sublease purchase agreement dated as of July 1st, 2018 by and among Fifth Third Bank, the City of Bryan, Ohio, and community hospitals and wellness centers to amend and restate its $10 million master lease purchase and sublease purchase agreement dated as of June 15th, 2008, authorizing an amended and restated assignment of rights under a lease to master trustee, a tax exemption certificate and agreement, authorizing other documents and related actions in connection with such transaction, and declaring an emergency.
Mr. Staple?
Yes, good evening. My name is Reggie Staples. I'm an attorney with Dinsmore and Scholl in Cincinnati, Ohio, so thanks for having me up here. I'm just here on behalf of John Merchant, who couldn't be here this evening. We're just seeking to have a resolution passed this evening by City Council to go ahead and approve the refunding of the prior 2008 obligations with respect to the community wellness centers or community centers and wellness hospitals here in town. I think Fifth Third Bank seeks to change the interest rate on the prior obligations, and because of the tax rules, that change in interest rate will lead to a current refunding or a reissuance, if you will, of those obligations. So a couple of key takeaways is the city's not pledging any of its funds. The city's not on the hook for the debt. The debt is revenue debt of the hospital. And the city's BQ status or bank qualification status for purposes of 2018 is not affected at all by the reissuance. So I'm happy to take any other questions, but I think the idea is to close rather quickly on July 19th, I believe, but I or John Merchant will be back up here the 16th to get final documents executed by the city. So.
Council?
Yeah, I'm not sure. So I'm good.
Sure.
That was helpful. Because I had some other questions. But so this is the intent of this is to the benefit of, that's your fill in the blank.
Oh, so this will be the benefit of the hospital itself. So I think the bank is going to reduce the interest rate mode, but because of the way the tax rules work, it'll cause a reissuance of the debt.
That's what I wasn't 100%
Sorry about that.
Thank you.
And again, the City of Bryan is just the pass-through organization for this.
That part I got.
So I think he was requesting if council would approve to suspend the rules.
To suspend the ordinance. I'll move to suspend.
No.
I'll second.
John?
Yes.
Lynn?
Yes.
Mary?
Yes.
Judy?
Yes.
I'll move to approve.
I'll second.
Lynn?
Yes.
Mary?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
Judy?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for driving up.
I was going to say, is that worth that 3.5 hours? Or?
3.5 hours, yeah.
You're billing them by the hour, right?
Go Reds.
Next on the agenda is another ordinance. Lori, would you number and read, please?
Ordinance number 25, 2018. An ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into a contract with Zimmerman Paint Contractors Company Incorporated for the project known as 2018 Pavement Marking Program.
Good evening.
Good evening.
One of our typical yearly projects that we do, we receive 2 bids like we usually do. Zimmerman Paint was the lowest at $85,495. Next bidder was $104,000, and typically there is about a $20,000 gap between these 2 bidders. Zimmerman Paints has been doing the project as long as I've been here, and they always give us a fair competitive number. So with that, I would request you suspend the rules and approve.
I'll move to suspend.
Second.
Lynn?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
Mary?
Yes.
Judy?
Yes.
I'll move to approve.
Second.
Mary?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
Lynn?
Yes.
Judy?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And just as a community service on this, Max, sometimes Zimmerman Painting does paint at night just because their process requires them to do this for several hours, and we've gotten calls before, so let people know they're gonna be in the area in the near future. They also subcontract with others like the county and try to lump some areas together, so they might be over on 34 and then on High Street at the same time.
Okay. Next on the agenda is a request for a liquor permit. Mayor, do you have that, or just?
Well, that's typically Andy, but Tacos Nacho has requested either for council to vote to not require a hearing or to require a hearing for a liquor license that they have applied through with the state liquor, Division of Liquor Control. So it is up to council to decide whether, again, they want the hearing or to just allow them to apply.
Any thoughts, council?
I'm okay with them applying. Is that what we need to do, or?
What they're asking for you to do is to vote on whether to waive the hearing,
Okay.
meaning you don't want to have a hearing either here in the county seat or at the state.
So we would need a motion to waive the hearing.
Right.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to waive the hearing.
I'll second.
Lynn?
Yes.
Mary?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
Judy?
Yes. Okay. Next on the agenda is hiring of parks employees.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Evening.
I'm requesting permission to hire David Miller as part-time seasonal employee for the parks. It's been budgeted for. We're just filling this position.
I move to accept the position.
I'll second.
John?
Yes.
Mary?
Yes.
Lynn?
Yes.
Judy?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Miller. Next on the agenda is Fire Department, Chief Siders.
Council has before them a letter from Jason Manning resigning from the fire department. I ask that council go ahead and accept that resignation.
I move to accept with regret.
I'll accept, Rob second.
Lynn?
Yes.
Mary?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
Judy?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have a building permit, Mr. Wheeler.
Yes, McDonald's Corporation on South Main is doing a remodel. They're estimating the cost of $265,000. They've noted on there they're doing handicap accessibility upgrades. They're upgrading the exterior to the new retro look instead of, it would be more of a stucco look. They're changing the lobby, changing the front counter, new seating, and they're also shrinking the size of the play area and adding a couple of kiosks where you walk up and place your own order and pay for it right there and then go off to the side and pick your food up. So if anybody's curious and wants to stop in and take a look at the plans, feel free to, so you get a little advance notice on it. But with that, I just request you approve their building permit. We have the state-approved plans in our hands, and all department heads have looked at it, and they're content.
I was in Archibald yesterday for a ball game, and I walked in McDonald's to get something, and there sat one of those machines, and I looked at that and thought, oh, okay.
You didn't try it?
No. Nope, I went up to the counter and told her what I wanted. Okay.
But
Council?
it is a $265,000 upgrade. So
Correct.
they're investing some money in the building.
Yep.
Make motion to approve.
Second.
Mary?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
Lynn?
Yes.
Judy?
Yes,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.
Next on the agenda is an ordinance. Laura, would you number and read, please?
Ordinance number 26, 2018. An ordinance to authorize the mayor to enter into a memorandum of understanding agreement, MOU, with the Bryan City Schools to provide security for Bryan City Schools and authorizing the position for a school resource officer and declaring an emergency.
Mayor, do you want to?
Sure, I'd be happy to speak on this. As council knows, we've had many discussions with the school board. Do you want to speak on this one? Anyway, we've had many of the discussions with the school board with regards to school safety in the changing times. With that, there is a MOU that I would be happy to sign if council would so approve, to enter into a 3-year agreement to provide one full-time officer from our Bryan Police Department, and then the school would hire 2, and they would then be designated under our badge through the reserve program.
I move to suspend.
Go ahead.
I'll second.
Lynn?
Yes.
Mary?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
Judy?
Yes.
I'll make motion to approve.
Second.
Go ahead, John.
Mary?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
Lynn?
Yes.
Judy?
Yes.
Thank you.
Is this something? All right, next. Mayor, I think you have some info for us.
I do. First of all,
Bless you.
we have set the trick-or-treat date for, believe it or not, Saturday, sorry, we got to number 13 a lot. October 27th, 2018. We are going to keep it like last year with our Halloween in the park and then an early trick-or-treat. Bruce, do you have the time for that? 2 to 4 at the ice rink, and then 5 to 6:30 for trick-or-treat throughout the community. We found that it worked better when the kids were at home and not in the streets at dark. So we have moved that up last year. It was we got a lot of good response and positive reports from parents, and we feel that that's the safest thing to do. Also, we have a couple other things here.
You normally have a motion on that.
Oh, yes, can I have a motion to accept the trick-or-treat date for?
I would be glad.
I'll second.
John?
Yes,
Barry?
Yes.
Lynn?
Yes.
Judy?
Yes.
I love trick or treat.
Okay. Also, in observation of Independence Day, which has the wrong dates on there, I apologize. Wednesday, July 4th, garbage pickup will be normal and as scheduled, as well as the city offices will be closed for that observation. I apologize for the council meeting on Tuesday. That's not accurate. That was tonight. Also, there's an open house for the community garden at 426 North William Street. That celebration will take place Saturday, July 14th at 10:30 a.m. Some of you might remember that this project was helped by the Williams County Land Bank, which Mr. Wieland is a member of the board for, the Planning and Zoning Commission, City Council, as well as Bryan Municipal Utilities. So you are all welcome to go and wish them well. I will be delivering a proclamation that morning as well. If you need a flyer, I have them in my office. I'm happy to give you one. Any questions on those? No? Okay.
That's it?
That was it.
Okay, we'll go around the room. Mr. Wheeler? No, I'm just seeing all these heads shake no. Okay, we'll come down to council then.
Yeah, just, the MOU with the school, I think that's an important step with the SROs. I think it'll be interesting to see that play out. I think that'll be beneficial to the community, especially when you think about 25% of the population being at the school. I think that's a big step. And I guess the second thing, I hope everybody has a good 4th.
Mr. Betts?
Yes, I'd like to also state that I think the MOU with the schools was a very good process. It was very collaborative. Everyone got along and got to a point that was acceptable. That doesn't always happen, but it happened, and it happened well. And I think it happened quickly for as much detail. And I think a lot of that credit goes to the mayor and the police. I'll say both, the chief and deputy, or the assistant or associate, or Mr. Chappa.
We call him Captain.
Captain Chappa. So I just wanted to say that I thought that it went very well, and the MOU will be an evolution. It'll be a work in progress, but I think it's the right thing to do, and it's a nice effort between the school and the city community, and it went very well, very professionally done, and very, very well.
I have to agree with John and Lynn, that went very well, and I'm glad we're doing it. And also wish everyone a happy 4th of July.
Lori?
No, ma'am.
Linda?
No, ma'am.
Mayor?
I would, first of all, like to wish everyone in Bryan a safe and happy 4th, and I would echo council's sentiments and add a thank you to them for their professionalism. I know it's always difficult when finances are at play, and you guys handled yourself very appropriately. You asked all the right questions, and I'm grateful to that. Also to Rhonda, because she obviously was my legal guidance on that. And Chief Willis and Captain Chappa had a lot of work, as well as the school. So I'd like to thank everyone involved in this. We've noted from the process, this will be a livable, or a breathable document as we work through any kinks that we might find, but I'm very hopeful, and I have full trust in our police department that they will do what's best for the kids in the district. And in 3 years, you guys, we'll review this, and hopefully it will be, all the kinks will be worked out. So thank you.
I have to agree. There was a lot of time put into this, a lot of things behind the scene that not even council or the school board knew about, because Rhonda put in a lot of time. Our Our chief and our captain put in lots of time and lots of hours. Our mayor did too. Let's hope it's something we never have to use, but thank God it's there. So, thank you all for doing that. I was very proud of council and the way we stood up for what we thought was best for council, best for the city, but also best for our children. So thank you very much. We will now take a short recess and we will go into executive session for the acquisition of property and the compensation of employees. Have a good evening and a great 4th. Thank you.